Before I got into running, I had been doing lots of different active sports for a long time. I was into kite surfing and wakeboarding, and I considered myself a strong, fit, and well-trained person. But when I took up running and doing triathlon, I soon began feeling pain in my ligaments and tendons, and this was the point when I realized that my body wasn't prepared to handle that type of load for long periods of time. Aloha sportsmen! Today I'm going to show you some exercises to make your body stronger for running. Since I began running, I've had my share of kinds of aches and pains. Starting from the lower limbs, my feet hurt, my ankle joints hurt, I got shin splits, I got tendon pains, my knees hurt as if taking turns, and also, it sounds like some ad, why not to run? But the reason I'm telling you all this is because I want you to realize that running puts a serious load on your body, so it's okay to feel some discomfort at first before your body adapts.
Please, sir.
You want to finish?
Wait a little bit. Paramedic?
First of all, in order to enjoy running, you need to build up that springiness in your body. And there's a whole bunch of muscles that are responsible for it, right? Secondly, there's such a thing as running pose. It means that when running, you must maintain the proper posture and keep your whole body nice and straight without leaning forward or slouching. While talking about running pose, it is believed, and I can confirm it, the most important thing here is to keep your body in balance. The key is to think of your pelvis as the foundation, the so-called base on which you need to balance your whole upper body. That is, your torso, your head, and your shoulders. For instance, imagine that this thing here is your central axis. And if some part of it starts tilting to the right, to the left, forward, or backwards, you will have to engage some extra stabilizer muscles in order to keep the whole structure in line and perfectly aligned. Another important thing is to keep your shoulders loose and relaxed. During long runs, it's quite common to feel some muscle tightness in your torso. And when some runners feel that their torso muscles are getting sore, they begin to raise and tense up their shoulders, while others, on the contrary, start to kind of hunch, just like this. In both cases, you narrow your chest, thus leaving less room for your lungs to expand, which naturally prevents you from breathing properly. That's why I think that it's really important to do running drills, especially for beginners, but they are useful for advanced runners as well. It's just that if you're a beginner, these exercises will help you to adapt to running quicker and to become faster and stronger. So there's an excellent exercise that'll make it easier for you to keep your body upright and maintain a proper posture while running, which is very important. And everyone is familiar with this drill. It's the good old plank, and there are tons of variations on this exercise, whether it's the classic plank, reverse plank, side plank. Actually, any kind of plank will be extremely beneficial. I guess that's enough for now. The plank is designed to strengthen your core muscles that help stabilize your whole body, so that as a result, you will be able to keep that straight posture and balance during long distance runs. Basically, by doing these core strengthening exercises, you build up your muscles and tendons, and in doing so, you can significantly reduce the risk of common running injuries. Here's the thing you need to know. Actually, there are 26 bones in your foot together with numerous joints, tendons, and ligaments. So as you see, it's a complex and immensely dynamic structure, which takes most of the load when you're running. As you run, you make about 180 strides per minute, and during each of them, your foot strikes the ground. Even if you're wearing running shoes, no matter how soft or firm, this 26-bone structure is always engaged, and its elements are constantly moving. So this is a great foot strengthening exercise that I strongly recommend. The great thing is that you can do it even at home after a day's work, not even as part of your workout routine, but as a standalone exercise. And the best part about this exercise is that it only takes up to 3 to 5 minutes of your time. Let me show you how to do it. Take off your shoes, stand on any firm surface, and start propelling yourself forward by raising and curling your toes while keeping your heels on the floor, like this. As a result, as your toes will raise and curl, your whole intrinsic foot structure gets engaged and works to move you forward like a worm, right? It's a bit hard to do this exercise here because the surface is rough. I hope there aren't 2 giant holes in my socks already. Consider this: if your feet are tired or for some reason don't do their job properly, it obviously puts a greater load on your calves. As a result, your calves begin to hurt. This is usually the first type of muscle fatigue that many beginner runners experience. When tight and tired, these muscles are poor shock absorbers. They become less bouncy, like very stiff springs, and they give you a rough ride. You basically run on straight legs while your body tries to compensate by involving the upper leg muscles and joints more, which of course puts a lot of strain on your body and makes running much harder. There's a super simple exercise to strengthen your calf muscles. You basically just stand on one leg and raise up onto your toes. You can hold on to something for support. Do a set of 30 to 50 repetitions and switch over to the other leg. Try to raise as high as you can. This exercise helps to strengthen your calves and kind of teaches your body this spring-like movement. According to researchers, regular running can significantly decrease the risk of a condition known as arthritis. I'll leave the links to these studies in the description below. Did you know, in one research, scientists have found that the longer the distance you run, the less likely you are to develop arthritis. Yet, there is a condition known as runner's knee. This is when you feel pain or discomfort in your kneecap after running for about 6 minutes. Its most common cause is muscle weakness. Since your muscles can't handle the running load, more of it is placed on your tendons and ligaments. As a result, your knee joints don't function properly, which causes pain. The next exercise I'm going to show you helps to strengthen your knee joints and muscles on the front of the thigh. But first, you need to find a raised surface, or something like a curb about 15 centimeters high, just like here, or maybe a bit higher. What you need to do now is to step on this curb with each foot in turns and push yourself up. The whole point of this exercise is not to jump onto this curb, but to push yourself up using the muscles of the active leg, like this. I'd recommend you to start with about 50 to 60 repetitions for each foot or in total. You can do this exercise in the street using a sidewalk curb or a staircase. They do the job just fine. Don't forget, you're not jumping. You push yourself upward with the leg that you put onto the curb. This exercise helps to build up and strengthen your knee joints and muscles on the front of the thigh, known as the quadriceps. What these crucial muscles basically do is power your stride as you run. As a matter of fact, for the first 2 years of running, I'd do these exercises twice a week, and I'd usually do them as a post-run workout routine. I'd finish my run, and before going home, I'd be working my calves and quads outside, using a curb or a stairway, exactly how I've just shown you. And then at home, I'd be doing core and foot strengthening exercises. When you finish your easy run, no matter how long you've been running for, 20, 30, 40, 60 minutes, take a little more time, just about 10 minutes to do 2 or 3 of those exercises I've just talked about. Do them as a quick post-run routine to help your fatigued body and muscles cool down. So I'd say basically that's pretty much it.